Hey everybody, it's Nancy Fox, the Business Fox, and I'm here with you today live. A few minutes late. We had a little bit of an internet challenge this morning. So today I'm going to be talking to you about something that's a little bit off from what I planned to talk about. But this is Facebook Live, and so we get to do that. We get to change things up and move things around. And I want to chat with you about something that actually came up in my mastermind group yesterday, and it came up for me also this weekend in my personal life. And I wanted to share with you something that I think really can throw a lot of us off track in our businesses, in our personal lives. And so today I really want to talk about comparing ourselves to others. It's a business killer, a business success killer, and it just completely can throw our lives off track. So I don't know if you're on with me live, do give me a wave or a thumbs up. And if this comparing yourself to others has been an issue that you've been dealing with at any point in your business or your personal life, let me know, because I have been hearing a lot about this from clients, from colleagues. It drives most of us crazy, and actually it's so destructive. So it came up in my mastermind group this week about people were comparing their businesses to, they were feeling less than, and they were struggling, and they were in an upset because when they looked at other people, they thought they weren't where they should be compared to other people. And boy, did I relate to that one, because I'm always looking around me to see, how do I stack up against the other people? How am I going to get to be like the bigger guys? And there's always going to be a bigger business, a bigger, someone bigger and more successful than you. And we're always looking at the other people. But it's so incredibly destructive. And I got really clear about this weekend, because I think I even posted a Facebook Live. I attended a dance conference this weekend. Some of you may know that I am a crazy addict for West Coast swing, and it's sort of a difficult dance. It's a challenging dance. It's so much fun, but it does take it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of practice. And there's some really incredible dancers. And I went to this dance conference this weekend, and it was an awful lot of fun. But there's a tremendous amount of competition. And a lot of the weekend is dedicated to competing. So this year, I decided that I was going to enter the novice section of the competition. A number of my friends were in it, and they said, "Oh, you should do it." So I've been working really, really hard on my basics and on my skills, and I made some progress, and I was really excited to be competing for the first time. Last year, I couldn't even do the dance, so I made a lot of progress. But when I got out there and I started competing, and it was a lot of fun. I was a little nervous, but I wasn't all that nervous. I pretty much just sort of let myself enjoy the experience. But when all was said and done, a number of the people that I danced with, they accelerated into the semifinals, and I didn't. And I said to myself, "Oh, that's okay." But underneath, I was really upset. I was comparing myself to them and thinking, "Well, I could have done that. I should have done that too. Like, was I dancing not as well as them?" And it got me to thinking about my comparing myself to others once again. And I began to realize that, they're in a different place. They've been dancing for years. I've only been dancing for a year and a half. How do I think that I should compare myself to people who have been practicing and learning for 4 or 5 years, and I have all these expectations of myself? And I experience this with my clients too, that they are so tough on themselves. So I got to see that the experience of just being in the competition was a great learning experience. I was willing to be uncomfortable and just try it for the first time. That's really a big step. And I wanted to allow myself to really appreciate the fact that I was willing to do that, because there are a lot of people who wouldn't do it. But I also wanted to appreciate the fact that other people have earned the right to progress and to advance, and that I need to pay my dues too, and that there are no magic bullets, So I thought about the whole concept and the whole issue around comparing oneself to other people, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your business. And I see with my clients, they beat themselves up, and I want to come up with some real specifics that I can give to people, some tools that we can use to get our minds right about this whole comparison situation. So I came up with a couple of things. I came up with about 3 different thoughts that I think would make a really big difference, and that things that we can really do, tactics that we can do, that you can put into practice, that I can put into practice to manage this comparison thing and to really not let it run the show, not let it destroy our success, and certainly not let it ruin our progress. So the first one is commit to your vision, commit to your big why. In other words, make a commitment to progressing and to your success, and do it in your own way. But the way to do this is to really remember why you're doing this. So I entered the dance contest because I wanted to challenge myself. I accomplished it. I have to remember that my big why was just to get out there and try something new. And in my business, I need to not look at other people, that I'm committed to accomplishing what I'm dedicated to, because there's a mission I'm on. I want to help people in particular areas of their business and in their lives. I want to help them be successful. That's my big why. If I don't get there as fast as other people, or if I don't reach my goals as fast as I think I should, I'm going to struggle a lot more than if I just remember the purpose of why I'm in this game. So that's the first thing. Commit to your vision and remember your big why. The second thing is be willing to build the foundation and to stay in working on your basics. In other words, always be building the foundational pieces and try not to rush through all the basics and get to the bigger game, get to the bigger stuff. We always think we should be doing the bigger stuff, and we don't want to spend the time on developing strong basics, developing a strong foundation. And that is such a huge error. We just want to skip over right into success. And it's not the way the most successful people in the world have done it at all. I spoke to a woman who was in the finals of this dance competition. She just got out of the first level, and she's an amazing dancer. I asked her how long she'd been dancing, and she said 9 years. 9 years to advance into the next level. And she's a gorgeous dancer. And I'd love to dance at her level, right? But I didn't see all the 9 years that she spent developing those skills. I'm looking at my 1.5 years and comparing myself to her 9 years. Makes no sense. So be willing to work on the basics and develop the skills that'll be foundational. And remember, this is really important. People think that there's a magic bullet that's going to speed up the process for them. They want to get a get-rich-quick fix. There are no get-rich-quick fixes. That has no staying power. Your basics and your fundamentals are what's really, really important. So build those skills. And I'm going to really remember that taking the time to build my foundation and my basics is what I really need to focus on. So guess what I'm doing? I'm going back to take a basic dancing lesson and work on my basics again and again. And the third thing is, and this is a saying that I heard a long time ago, and I share it as often as possible, and I keep it as a quote in front of me on my desk all the time, and it's progress, not perfection. In other words, we can really take joy and pride in the fact that we're progressing, that we can see progress. So if, let's say, I remember, I'll use my email list as an example. When I first started building my online presence, I started sending out my email letter to 50 people that I knew personally. 50 people. And then I started sending it out. They sent it to some people, and I started to grow it a little more, and then it was 100. And then by the end of the year, I had 1,000 people on my list. And now I have multiple thousands on my list. But it took time to cultivate, and I kept working away at it, and it's progress. So every year, every month, every quarter, I make a little progress. And that's the game, to really look at how much you've progressed. So when we compare ourselves to others, all we're doing is sabotaging ourselves, because it goes right into our brains, into that bad neighborhood, of that little voice in our heads. Comparing ourselves to others is like a success killer, And we really need to stay grounded in those three things that the three tips that I gave you. Commit to your vision and remember your big why. Build your foundation and build your basics and get them solid before you try to advance into the next level. No get rich quick schemes, no magic bullets. Remember that it's smoke and mirrors. And the third thing is it's progress, not perfection. And acknowledge yourself for the progress that you make. So now that's really been what I wanted to share with you today, that, if you take a little piece out of this, not comparing yourself to others, I will consider it to be a really successful time with you. And I hope you'll get that piece of it for yourself and take really great pride in that. Now, before I wrap up for today, I really want to thank you so much for being with me. And a lot of you are going to see this after it's published and are not live with me. But I do want you to know that yesterday I did introduce my free course for you, for all of the Thrive Online Biz Tribers. Just for you guys, I introduced a free course, and it's called Create Your Killer Opt-in Lead Magnet in 5 Easy Steps. And what I've done is, when I first was starting out, building an email list it's a challenge, and you want people to subscribe. They're not going to just turn their email address over to you for nothing. You need to give them sort of the ethical bribe, or what we call a lead magnet. And when I started, I didn't know what to give people to ask them for their email address. And I tried a whole bunch of things that were pretty much, a flop. But over the years, I've developed dozens of lead magnets that have been really successful, and they've been unique. And so I'm giving you the actual 5-step formula that I used to develop unique, successful lead magnets that allowed me to grow my list very, very successfully with hundreds and hundreds of people. So I'm giving you that as my gift, and there's even a bonus in there with my very special niche selector. And that's all about how to create the perfect niche for you that helps you develop the right lead magnet. So all of that's going to be available to you. All you have to do is click on the link, and we'll give it to you as a download, and you'll be getting them in 5 steps. So you'll be able to follow along with it really, really easily, because I'm all about simplicity and breaking things down for you in a very simple, clear, easy to implement manner. So I can't wait to see you next time. I hope you'll give me some comments to this and share your experiences. I'd love to hear your experiences about comparing yourself to others. I know I'm not alone in this, so do share. The community is just beginning. I'm really asking for your help in helping me to build this community, because we do need to support each other. I know I'm not alone in this, and I know you're with me in it. So don't be shy. Tell me about yourself. Tell the community about yourself. Share your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And look for the link in the on the page, on the Thrive Online Biz page, and I will post the link so you can click and put your email address in, and you'll get your free course. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.